Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Time segment tonight. After 2 weeks on vacation, the D-Man is back. And he joins us now, I think, from Santa Barbara. Where are you, Miller?
Billy, sorry, man. I just got in. I was down in Tijuana this afternoon selling maps to the Stars homes. I got on the road late because I was really doing well. And traffic in the illegal alien lane on the 405 just backed up out the wazoo. I just got in the door. What's happening?
They have their own special lane, do they, on the 405?
Well, yeah, you know, you can... listen, I don't know much about this whole thing, but let me say this, Billy. Anytime you're letting your child travel alone, on foot, internationally, you're not doing a bang-up job as a parent. That's what I would say.
But it is a more sophisticated situation than that. These people go down to Tegucigalpa or San Salvador, and they take $700, $800. The kids travel primarily in trucks and buses, and then they camp out. You can imagine what it is. Teenage girls getting raped and abused and all of that. And then Mexico, of course, is waving them on through, because they know what's going on and they're bribed. But President Obama, once again, seems to be incapable of really doing anything other than blaming the House of Representatives. Miller?
Well, here's what I would say to all the people who want to come here. I don't think you want to come here. I know you've heard great stories about it. It's not what it used to be. I think we've seen our best days. Let me give you a few examples, folks. I know to my Mexican brethren, and I live you know, I've got so many Mexican friends and acquaintances and people I live with here in Santa Barbara. There's one major party here, to those of you listening in Mexico, who are pushing the idea of avoiding work through something called job block. I mean, they don't want people to work anymore. I know that's going to drive you crazy when you get here. The country's gone nuts. There are morbidly obese guys falling asleep at baseball games that are nationally televised. Somebody notices it and says something, and they're allowed to file a lawsuit for $10 million. Let me say that. Grande Gringo Muy Loco. You don't want to come here. Big guy in a bratwurst coma whose neck looks the same as his bald head, suing $10 million. You don't want to come here. And lastly, sit down and let me tell you this. This is the craziest part to the Mexican people who want to come here. We don't have a border. You know that ironclad thing you have at your southern border with Guatemala? We got nothing. You don't want to come here. Stay where you are. It's coming back around. I think this will be part of Mexico again.
You know what?
Save yourself the $800 in the trip.
You know what the tipping point was for me? When I saw a drug smuggler or human smuggler, he's probably smuggling everything he can, use a jet ski to drive up to our side of the Rio Grande, and the guy gets off, you know, adios, amigo, and walks up the bank. A jet ski. All right, talk about, you know, the lane for the illegal aliens on the 405. They're now using
Billy, it's
jet
gone
skis.
crazy. Can I tell you something?
Insane.
I don't care who comes here anymore. I really don't. I'm putting on a face. I know people are going to say you're making that up. Anybody can come. Anybody can do what they want. I'm off the case. And if I was in that Phoenix VA hospital, I'd get up if I could out of the bed. I'd go down to the border, and I would just turn this way, come in with the kids, and say, I look old for my age. Try to get some of that $3.7 billion. This country's gone nuts, and you know what? I can't spend every day worrying about it. I'm in the United States of Dennis Miller now. Whatever happens.
Okay. Now, today I watched Argentina and the Netherlands play soccer for about 17 hours, and no one scored, Miller. What say you?
You're kind of used to at this point not scoring, and I don't think it should upset you that much. But
you're saying that in a sporting sense, I assume.
What other way is there, Billy? Listen, I don't like soccer, but I like the World Cup just because of the consequences. Now, a couple things I don't like. I don't like them spraying that aerosol can, the mark where they kick from, that close to the rainforest. There really seems to be you're ruining an ecosystem there, and I think that is bad form. Now, the International Institute of Aphorisms, I don't know if you heard this, Bill, International Institute of Aphorisms, IIA, came out this afternoon and say they've replaced selling ice to Eskimos with trying to sell tickets to this final game in Rio on Sunday, because this is Argentina versus the Germans. What do you kidding me? The people of Brazil are absolutely heartbroken. Now, I had Germany. Unfortunately, I gave 7 against Brazil. That came back to bite me. I know the Brazilians are devastated,
They're
but the
a little
boys
upset.
from Brazil were happy about the victory. And I must say that, you know, I don't like soccer, like I said, but I like the World Cup.
All right. There's a lot of it was an exchange program back in the late 40s between
Everybody come
Germany
here.
and
I
Argentina.
don't care anymore. Just don't blame me if you get here and you're disappointed, because the old gray mare, she ain't what she used
Well,
to be.
they're all going to go and camp out in your backyard, Miller, so that's where they're going to be. All
Fine
right,
with me,
now,
Billy, I don't care anymore.
in a couple
Whatever
of
anybody
weeks.
wants.
In a
I'm an
couple
Ed
of weeks.
McMahon Republican. Yes, sir. I just agree.